Alright, hi again, everyone. Sorry it took me so long to actually figure out what I was gonna do, but I had no clue as to what I was gonna make this log or channel or whatever the hell heck you call it these days about, and I just figured I'd just pretty much do like a personal narrative of things and how my days have gone, and it's been about 2 days, I think, since we last saw each other, or since the last time I spoke or made a blog. And oh, I think I can show my leg. It's pretty cool, actually. I like it at least. Actually, I have to take it off now because trying to have that on do other shit is really obnoxious. And I apologize if I curse like a sailor. But I've seen worse. What do I want to talk about? Well, I'll tell you what. Today I went to see my primary care physician. Because I wanted to check to see about because my leg was hurting a lot, and she was a little dismissive. It kind of pissed me off a little bit. I mean, I like my doctor because she's pretty stern about things, but she kind of went a little personal, and that kind of upset me for a little while. Um, but I'm okay. No fractures or infections or anything. I just have to be a little bit more careful on sidewalks and whatnot, because those seem to be my tricky spots. And I don't know if it's just me or was it just with women today, but it was like the bitter mom day. Like they didn't get anything for Mother's Day, and so they were just gonna be like a bitch to everybody. That happened to me at my doctor's office and at the pharmacy. Like the CVS pharmacy seems to be um, a lot less cordial than Walgreens. I guess they don't make as much money, but yeah, it seemed pretty like a hostile environment with the women. So I decided to just come home and do a couple of things for my mom and myself, and like cleaning up my mess of a drawer and throwing away some things. I ate some leftover catfish that I had from this phenomenal place here in Tampa. I can't remember the name of it. If I do, I'll put it in the link afterwards. And then I uploaded that first video. I think it went through okay. It was a little confusing. It's been a long time. I've been using YouTube since before they monetize anything, so it's quite a different tool than it was in the past. Let's see. Um, Big things in my life right now. I do have a surgery scheduled for this week, I believe, or next week, to have a fistula. Well, actually, let me go back to the beginning because you guys don't even know me. I just started coming on camera and talking. I am 38 years old. You can just call me Puddin'. That's some kind of my nickname. Just to get it straight out of the way, I don't have any top teeth, and the bottom ones are pretty gone too. Former drug abuse, that type of thing. I thank God I'm still alive because I went pretty hard for a long time, and then I stopped. I figured my life was more important to me than getting high. I just wish my partner at the time would have made the same decision. Well, I mean, the world made the decision for him. He ended up passing from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma one day, and it snuck up pretty quick. Like I came back to Florida, and he went to San Francisco, and we had planned to meet like a week later. I was like, "I'll come back. I'm coming up and see you." You know, things got to have to change, and then right after I got off the phone with him, maybe like an hour later, our friend Kenny, good friend Kenny, hey Kenny, if you're watching this, um, called to tell me that he had passed away, and I lost my shit for a really long time. It was just not good, and I still mourn for him. I mean, I know you never stop mourning for someone you love. But at the moment, you know, after losing my leg, I had to move in with my mother and her boyfriend. Um, been trying to find a place and juggle, trying to do more of my physical rehab while also trying to find a job. And so I've got a pretty busy plate, but my and I have two therapists, so things are pretty crazy on me. So trying to juggle all that. One of my therapists made a suggestion that I write. My handwriting is terrible, so it's like, you know what? I said I watch a lot of blogs, I watch a lot of YouTube, and so I guess I'll do that and see how that goes. At least for a couple of videos. And I'm trying to get my face cleared up because I got some crazy acne lines from the wearing masks. I know I live in the state of Florida, but and people are just walking around all honky dory without masks, but I still use it. What else? Let me see. I am having surgery. I got some new headphones that I don't think I paid for through Amazon. I don't know. It gets confusing because I was supposed to return them, but they ended up sending to me. There's some Chinese knockoffs, of course, so I don't expect them to last too long. They're like $40. I did have some JLabs, but I ended up stepping on one and breaking the whole set. I go through these things like at least like twice or once a month. So I have a lot of them. I even have the I really like the Razer hammerheads, but they have a pretty short battery life. They're only like four hours, and then you have to recharge them. And sometimes I want something that's a little bit more, has a bit more charge, especially when I go to dialysis. I hate this line. I want to get that fixed, but I'm terrified of like Botox and all that bullshit. But whatever, it's whatever. And I just lost my train of thought. Oh, it's been 9 minutes. Oh, I guess talk more about myself. I am, like I said, I am 38. I have lived in Tampa most of my life. I spent about 6 months in San Francisco, a couple of months in San Diego and Los Angeles, and about another 6 months in Tijuana, Mexico, which the food there is phenomenal. I can't eat quote unquote Mexican food here in America because it's just not the same. and juice isn't the same. They don't use high fructose corn syrup. The only thing I couldn't really get used to was like eggs out on the shelf. Like they don't refrigerate the eggs, which kind of creeped me out a little bit. But they were always good when we made them. When we had, you know, um, it was a pretty good experience. Like there was you learn quick the way things are set up. I guess I probably shouldn't be talking about that. But anyway, if you've been people who've been to Tijuana, you know how it is and how things work, and it's not as wild as you would think. And I think someone just came. Oh, that's my mom's boyfriend. He just came back. Um, but yeah, that was a good. I had a very good time there. One of the consequences of that and drug use was I had tuberculosis, and that, if you don't know, that takes about a year to treat, and it's not very, it's not very invasive, but it's just that you have to be able to be home every day, um, because the person who treats you has to actually hand you the pills and watch you take the medication because it's such an invasive, disease, and they suspected I got it from because I had to when we lived in San Francisco. I mean, not San Francisco, but Mexico. I had to cross the border quite a bit because we had a travel business, and I had to get the mail quite often. And the walking line to get to America from Mexico is a lot shorter than the driving line to get to from Mexico to America. So I was surrounded by a lot of people, lots of the times. I'm pretty sure the drug use didn't help either. So that's another thing I gave thanks for. I guess that's two of my lives. I've um, lost one with the leg because I ended up with gangrene on it from an infected toe. So that's why I had to take half of my leg, and then the just surviving in Tijuana for as long as we did, and doing what I actually enjoy because I used to sell cruises, and during the summer they sell like hotcakes, and then the commission you get is also based on like what people purchase on certain cruises. All right, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing well. Hey, what's going on? Okay. Just doing a blog, and there were a couple cruises that really surprised me once I got my commission check, because it was a lot more than I thought it was. It turns out they were big casino spenders, and so the bill at the end of their trip ended up netting me about $4,000 when I thought it was probably gonna get like $800. But that's a rare occurrence. I wish I could get back into it, but with this COVID nonsense, it's just not. For me, it's not lucrative enough to have to manage all that by myself. Since my love is gone, he did a lot of the like number crunching and stuff like that, and I did mostly like most of the sales, and um, He did a lot of number crunching, but he also ended up spending a lot of it. I'm like, you can't. You're not making any money if you're gonna spend it all. Spend it all. And but yeah, but hey, but shit happens. And I know I'm like all over the place tonight, but I was just tired and getting ready to watch. What was I getting ready to watch? Oh, Fate. Fate Stay Night. I like. I'm pretty particular to anime and sci-fi. My favorite shows. Okay, my favorite sci-fi show would be Babylon 5. However, my favorite um, Star Trek show is Star Trek The Next Generation. Is The Next Generation. I would say no, sorry. My favorite Star Trek series is Deep Space Nine, but my favorite captain is Captain Picard. That's a weird answer, but that's what it is. Um, what else we got here? I started watching HBO Max, and I watched Raised by Wolves, which was completely different than what I thought it was. It was pretty good though. I think if you if you have HBO Max, then I suggest you try it. It's a pretty good show. YouTube channels I follow. I follow quite a few. My favorites. I love Trixie and Katya, Bold and the Beautiful, Mike MGTV, and Messy Pod. Um, what else can I say? What else do I like? Oh, I don't know if he does them anymore, but Elliot Glazer was pretty funny, and Drew Jogi is. I think he's the funniest motherfucker on the planet because he does a couple of skits on like Fagny and Gacy. Excuse my language. Just ridiculous, and he also has a podcast called it used to be called, first he started with Glitter in the Garbage, and then once that ended, he came back again as a show called Revelations, and they're both really good. A lot of improv, which I really like, and then there's still some old school podcasts I listen to, like I don't think you can find it online anymore. It's called Fox in the City. If you by Reagan Fox, and some of you might know him from Big Brother 13. I think he was on that season. Um, but he also did later a show called another podcast called Fox and City. Yeah, it was still Fox and City, and that was just most people probably wouldn't get it now because the references are like really are a bit old. Like I'm talking, I'm like beginning of podcasting where Adam Curry, people probably don't even know who Adam Curry is anymore, was plastered all over iTunes. And if anybody who didn't know, he's the guy who came up with the technology for podcasting to make a so that you to make an because they used to be a lot of podcasts used to be over an hour long, um, like pretty highly compressed, so they're not like double digit gigabytes worth of data on your iPods or whatever device you're using at the time. Um, who else? Match Weinstein, Lucky Bitch Radio, Wanda Wisdom, the Seattle drag queen. She's a mess, and especially compared to most of the drag queens you see on RuPaul's Drag Race these days. But I used to love listening to her too. Things have changed a whole lot in the world, and I'm just glad I'm still here to see everything. Well, except for that small period of a certain president, and that was a big portion of why I left the country to go to Mexico. And I think it's about enough for today. I swear I'll get this a little bit more organized and a little bit more frequent. This is only, I think, my second attempt at doing this. And if you have any questions or anything, just go ahead and leave them in the comments, and I will try to answer them. On my channel, you'll also find some older videos just of Big Dipper. I love Big Dipper. He is a gay rapper. He also is a producer of Willem's show, Welcome to the Beatdown. I think that's what it's called, or just the Beatdown. And he also, he's really talented. I met him at Beach Bear Weekend a couple of years ago, which was in Fort Lauderdale, which I actually don't think they do anymore. There was some drama with that. One was gay, why is there always drama? And yeah, I think that's it for tonight. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see you all soon. All right.